So, before I start, I want to ask all of you, how many of you use electricity or technology every day? Now, how many of you think that you could survive for 2 years without this electricity? Okay, not very many of you. According to Dr. Don Lincoln, a senior physicist at Fermilab, the total U.S. population at risk of extended power outage from a Carrington-level storm is 20 to 40 million, with durations from 16 days to 2 years. This was a storm that occurred in 1859 and is the most powerful solar storm that we have on record today. So this topic relates to my field of study, which is biology and chemistry for the most part. And I, after extensive research, realized that it's something that's not talked about very much today. And even though that it has potentially devastating effects. So today I hope to be able to inform you about the problems of solar storms and the dangers that they present, as well as a few solutions that are being developed. According to Dr. Tony Phillips at NASA, some of the characteristics of solar storms are extremely high density electrified gas that travel at very high speeds towards the Earth. So if you can imagine millions and millions of tons of material traveling at speeds near that of light towards the Earth, and then you add in extremely high levels of electricity, you can kind of see where this is going. There's extremely high potential for damage because of our high reliance on technology and our electrical infrastructure. So now that I've kind of given you an overview of what they are, I want to go into some of the dangers. They can distort the geomagnetic field around the Earth, which is normally symmetrical around the poles of the Earth on the North and South Pole, but as you can see in this image, it gets elongated on the back side of the Earth. And because of this, then there's a powerful electrical currents that flow to Earth's surface. And according to a NASA study, a January 20, 2005 storm produced 100 million electron volts. To put it frankly, this is more power than anyone knows what to do with, and it's more power than any of our transformers can withstand. This is a transformer station. You've probably seen something similar. There's one here in Heston. And this is what generates and distributes the power to people to use every day. And if we don't have these, then we don't get our power, and essentially our entire infrastructure is destroyed because so many businesses and so many people rely on this electricity. This high level of electrical charge and ionized particles can also do damage to things outside of Earth's atmosphere, such as our satellites and space shuttles, as well as astronauts that may be in outer space. Another problem that solar flares presents is economic crisis. According to the National Academy of Science, a large storm can cause $2 trillion in damage. So to put this into perspective, this is 20 times the size of the damage done by Hurricane Katrina, which is seen as one of the largest natural disasters in United States history. And so putting this on top of our current debt, which is multiple trillions of dollars already, it would be very difficult for the United States as a nation to recover, and it would have very devastating effects on the lives of everyday people like you and me. We wouldn't have the electricity to charge our phones or to turn on the lights every day. So now that I've talked about some of the dangers and the effects of a solar storm, I want to tell you some of the solutions that are being developed to help prevent the effects of some of these storms. According to N.T. Pulkkinen, NASA is working on a new system called Solar Shield that aims to help the electric industry avoid some of the biggest effects of solar storms. This technology helps us to collect data on where and when and the severity of the storms, and based on this, then we can predict which transformers would be the most affected and disconnect them from our power grid. So this would greatly reduce the effect of a solar storm and the damage and the economic effects of these storms. So in conclusion, solar storms are highly ionized clouds of particles that have the potential to cause huge natural disaster and affect the lives of so many people around the world because of our reliance on technology. With increased reliance on technology, we also have to be more aware that this could play a very large role in our lives. And after the research that I've done, I've concluded that although it is not possible to completely eradicate the possibility of a solar storm affecting the Earth, increasing awareness and the knowledge of everyday people like all of us increases the potential for development of partial prevention methods. Thank you.